welcome back to Sipping Tea with Jody B. This is Jody B, and on today's episode, we're going to be talking about dating once again. But this time, I'm going to be talking about how I find it rather draining. On episode 1, I had my best friend, and she was just giving me some dating tips and some dating advice, and just talking about dating after divorce. And so I've tried a few things, but it's a bit draining for me. So that's the episode today. Dating is draining. On today's episode, I have my friend, co-worker, my youngest friend ever, Clay. Clay, introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Clay. That's my introduction. That's all.
That's all you got?
That's all I got.
All right, let's go then. Let's get to it. All right, so like I said, we're going to be talking about how I find dating draining. The first episode we did, we released it in September, but we had actually recorded it in August, early August.
That sounds about right.
And so from August until now, I have been trying to date and do a little things and, but I can't say I'm enjoying it. It's a bit much. I've been on a couple of dates. And it's just too much. It feels like interviews and like I'm being interviewed, like I'm interviewing them, and it just gets draining.
So how many dates have you went on since that time?
Let's see. Okay, so I went on one date. It was like 3 dates, and
Okay.
I didn't go on second dates with these people because it wasn't. I was like, okay, I'm over it. And then, but I came on live. So Friday, I went on a date, and I really had fun.
You did tell me about this.
I did.
Okay.
I told my sister.
Okay, clearly. Okay.
And I was like, I don't think I'm going to go. And she was like, girl, go. She's like, I don't know. She said, you're thinking too much. Like, get out your head. And she's like, I think maybe have a glass of wine. And just relax and get out your head. She said, you think things through too much. And so I followed her advice. I didn't have wine. I had something a bit stronger. And I got out of my head, and I had a good time. I had a nice time. It was relaxing. It was enjoyable. So God or the universe must have taken over because
Clearly.
I was running so late because I was like...
And you was late for your first...
I was late, and I'm never late.
And we big on first impressions.
I hung up the phone with my sister at 7-Eleven, and the movie started at 7:20, and I was still at my house at 7-Eleven. So... yeah.
And he still was there, because I would have told you no.
Well, he was like, okay, well, we could probably maybe still make it, or if not, he was like, let's go eat first. So that's what we wanted.
Was he cute? Or handsome, I should say?
Yeah, let's say handsome.
Okay.
He has some handsome quality.
Okay. So you arrived
Let's
late.
say, because, okay, I have a type.
Yes, you do.
It's not the type. But he's still good.
Okay, and so where you met this person at?
The movies.
You met No. How did you meet this person prior to that?
We met a few years ago.
Okay.
He does some type of contract work, and so
Okay.
he was doing some work on a townhouse I was staying in. But no, he was
Okay.
he was a gentleman. He was.
Okay.
I had some things, like he was doing things for the place that he was supposed to be doing, and then he came and did some work for me. No, for real, he did some work for me. I asked him to do some things, and he did it, and he, just a manly man,
Okay.
like doing things that I don't like to do because I hate outside, and he just did it, and didn't even ask me for payment or anything, and so that's how we kind of kicked it off, and we've stayed in touch, kind of, sort of, since then.
Okay.
A couple of weeks ago, he friended me on Instagram and slid up in my DM, and we've been kind of talking since then. And we went on a first date Friday, and I had fun.
That's good.
So, yeah.
Even though you kept it from me, that's good, I guess.
Well, now that was to get a good reaction on the podcast.
Yeah.
Okay. But on a normal basis, dating is draining. And even with that, I've just, maybe I think too much, but because I don't know the longevity of us dating.
Yeah.
But I guess, like my sister said, just have fun.
Yeah.
So as far as you, what are some challenges you find in dating?
So with me, it was more of with regards to dating, it would be communication and just honesty. And so for the purposes of this podcast, should I win?
Well, let's backtrack because I talked about my dating situation and how I've been going on dates and But what's your situation right now?
You want to know my honest situation?
Yeah.
So currently I'm dating. I'm in a relationship. I just got in a relationship maybe officially 2 months ago, seems
Okay.
like. But prior to that, I was dating. I was a serial dater. So I dated at a schedule. So let me just tell you a little bit about myself. Well, you
Yes.
know, but purposes for the podcast. I So I was engaged for 3 years. I was dating my ex for a total of 6 years altogether. And so, of course, 3 of those 6 years we were engaged. Moved to Houston. Um, while I was in Houston, we separated. Separated. I got on a few apps and went on some dates. That didn't really work out. Me and my ex got back together. We stayed together for a total of maybe another year, maybe a year and a few months, and then we broke up again. So this time that we broke up, this was the last breakup. So then I got on Tinder, and so
Okay, go ahead.
I had a good experience with Tinder. I met some really overly qualified men on there, and so from there it was like I said, I had a 3-person max in a sense. But I had to do like a structured time frame. So like you were very aware that like I would do like coffee with someone, then that could be from say 3 to 5, and then at 5:30 I was going to do like dinner with someone, and then after that, that could have stopped at like 8 o'clock. Then I would go and have like either coffee or go to a bar with someone else. So it was like breaking up my time to where I was like trying to keep everyone engaged, but that became draining because it was like I was getting to know 3 different people, and some of those relationships, they died. And other ones, it was being very prosperous, but it was like I knew it wouldn't last because I could only be with one person. So that part of it became draining for me because they all wanted to know things about me. And it's like, I don't want to tell you my favorite color. I don't want to tell you what I do. Like, it was that portion of it became really, really draining.
And that's where I am. I feel like, well, I'm not serial dating because I don't have the energy for that. But I have been on dates. One date, thanks to you.
Why thanks to
Two
me?
of the 3 dates were thanks to.
Oh,
Well, I
okay.
don't know, thanks, but because of you. I'm not gonna say thanks. One of them I went on a coffee date, um, which was your idea. I didn't have coffee. I sat there the whole time. I didn't have anything. I think
Why's that?
because, well, first of all, when I got there, the picture versus what in person, he looked nothing like his picture. I felt like I was catfished.
You was.
So I think from then on I was guarded. So I sat there with my purse in my lap for about 20 minutes, and I
So
engaged.
you want to explain why you felt like you were catfish?
Okay, so Clay, he started this app for me with my pictures that he was manning the app, Tinder, and he knows I hate Tinder. Well, I don't know if I like Tinder or hate Tinder, but I heard some bad things about Tinder, so I didn't want to get on any dating site, period, but especially not Tinder, because people were saying it was just a hookup app.
Yeah.
But so he swiped right on someone because the picture looked nice, and then
he was handsome. The guy was handsome.
Yeah, and I'm not saying this person, if they're listening, I'm not saying you're not handsome, but you don't look like the picture. You look. If that was you,
you did not look your current age.
Oh no!
Right.
Like he said it was him, but I feel like it was a cousin or something that was on that picture. I'm just
not a cousin.
A cousin on his daddy's side. Like
that's been twice removed.
Yeah, like third cousin or something. It just So, but he was very intelligent.
Yeah.
Very good conversation. But I just had to be honest with myself and with him. So that was first and last date. But I was guarded because I feel like he wasn't the picture was wrong.
Right.
So,
because that was the whole purpose. Like, you saw the picture first. Yeah. So if y'all not familiar with Tinder, like, you post your pictures, probably write a little bio, and then you swipe based on if you're attracted to that person, I should say.
Yeah.
Because that's how I was doing yours. If I thought that person was attractive, I was like, oh, Jody gonna think they're attractive too, so I would swipe right.
Yeah, because
If
there's certain
not,
things I like, and
yeah.
not that, I'm trying to get away from that, but it didn't.
But you have a type, and that's okay.
But when I tried to get away from my type, that didn't work. So I think I'm gonna stick with my type. But anyway, so he looked nothing like the picture, but he was nice, and but that didn't go anywhere. So I let that go. Then the next date was you too.
Yes, that's the one I was we was rooting for you.
Tinder as well, and we went to have drinks.
Right.
He looked like his pictures.
Yes.
He was very attractive to me, in my opinion.
To us.
Yes. We had good conversation over drinks, and we text from time to time, but we haven't been on another date.
Yeah. He took too long anyway.
Yeah. And you know me. If you
don't
hop on it like right away with me, I lose interest really fast.
Yeah.
So that's on and done. And then the third date was another friend hooked me up with someone. We went to lunch, and at lunch he informed me that he had something to tell me. And I was like, okay. So he was like, well, I have a situation. I'm like, oh Lord, when men say a situation, it means you're either married, in a relationship.
Okay.
Okay, well, I wasn't gonna say that. I've never experienced that, but he was like, yeah, I'm in a relationship. And I'm like, oh, like for how long? And he was like, about 5 years. Cool. So I was like, well, we're here. We can go ahead and eat because I'm hungry and it's lunchtime. But my advice to you, just as a person to person, you might want to close one door before you try to open the next.
Definitely.
And I am purposefully dating, and there's no purpose in us dating. So,
right.
Cool.
And we date for what?
Purpose.
Okay. And with the intent to?
Get in a relationship to get married again.
God, there you go.
Yes. So I told him that, and he said he understood, and I guess he did because we haven't talked.
Okay. Well, that's good.
So that's my 3 dates. And none of them, that drained me. Like, I feel like that was over. And then asking all these questions, what you like, what you don't like, what's your favorite color? Like, why are you asking me this? So you can pretend to do all of these things until, and then not do them? So.
And for me, and I blame you for this because one of my things that I realized I wasn't successful at was telling the truth or just being honest in my previous relationship. And so you remember that honest bug bit me like 2 years ago.
Yeah, but I told you be honest, but you do the most.
So like with regards to like my honesty, it's like 150% transparent. And with regards to just, chatting about, dating being draining, remember, so we'll say New Orleans. Remember the guy from New Orleans? And how we talked about this. We both had situations and we were just like, look, let's just be honest with each other. Whatever it is, put it out on the table. And so we did have that communication. We communicated extremely well. Like we knew each other's situations. We would be out of town when we was on dates, But you remember he went out of town and then he actually linked up with somebody. And didn't say. And then I went to his house, saw something. Remember it was the alcohol. No,
alcohols, yeah.
It was a little alcohols. And so he conversed with someone who would always, that was like his little signature thing, was to leave little bottles of alcohol. And so when I asked him about it, it caught him up. And then that's when the whole like trust issues came in. It was like, we had no reason not to tell the truth because it's like, you're in a situation, I accept it for what it is and vice versa. But once he, betrayed me in a sense, like, remember that I cut him off.
He was done.
Yeah, I was done. Like, it was no coming back from there. And it was like, why lie when you don't have to lie? I still don't understand that. Like, that's crazy.
Well, I think men in general, I don't know.
Like, women too?
Okay, yeah, all right. Well, with me, I'm practicing honesty because I feel like in my, I've learned from my mistakes, put it that way. So now I'm just completely honest with myself as well with how I feel. No, I don't like this person. Yeah, I do like this person, and just putting it out there and then just, see what happens.
Right.
But even, Friday on my date, just letting him know like, yeah, I'm having fun, but let's just take this slow. Let's
Right.
be friends.
Right.
I'm going to probably be dating other people as
Right.
well. But
And that's
men
hard for
don't like
men
to hear that.
That's really
He was like, wait,
hard.
what? Like,
Yeah.
but you can't possibly think like I'm going on this date with you and then I'm not gonna. If somebody else asks me on a date, then
Right.
no, I'm gonna wait for him to ask me on my next date.
Right.
No,
But
that's
that's the
not.
thing, though. That's a control thing. Because remember, I had the date in Houston,
Mm-hmm.
guy from Dallas, and took me on a date. I'm vegetarian. He took me to a fried chicken place and then told me that I was going to eat a salad and while he eats fried chicken. Or remember, it was the collard greens,
Yeah.
and then he was like, "Well, you could just pick the meat out." That's not how this
That's not how
works.
vegetarian works. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like even just that, it's like it was a control thing for him. And so it's like I wasn't going to be submissive to that. It's like, why?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I get it.
But I don't know. So, I guess you already answered this. You do date more than one person at a time.
Yeah.
And you let the people know?
Yes.
Well, because now you're in a
Yes.
relationship. That's not what
Right.
you're doing. But when
Right.
you did date,
Right.
you would date more than one person at
Right,
a time
and it was
then
just
let
being,
them know.
yeah, because it gives people like that option. I love having all my options. Like, don't take anything away from me. And so, like I said, with regards to the guy in New Orleans, hope you're doing well. But he took that away from me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was like you had no reason to lie,
Mm-hmm.
anything. We had nothing to hide
But I
from
think
each
so
other.
many times people, they get in the habit of telling you what they think you want to hear instead of just being honest. And for me, especially now at my age, honesty is so doggone attractive. Like, even if it's
Yes.
saying something that may hurt my feelings initially, like, I can respect the fact that at least you were honest with me. And then
Yes.
I don't have to worry about, well, I know regardless of what he does or where he's at, I can trust him, you know?
To be honest.
To be honest.
Yep.
Not, you might fuck up, but at least
Yeah,
I know
'cause
I
you
can
gonna
trust you
happen.
to tell me and to be honest.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But besides Tinder, where do you go to find dates?
Well, all mine have been from Tinder, to be honest.
Help
Like
me.
just for me, like I realized through Tinder, I could go through and ask them about their professions. I can kind of go through the speed dating process. So, because I date for status, and it's just not you already know. So, like I can kind of go through really fast. But like even before I got engaged and met my ex, I think I was going to like Fleming's, Churchill's, like here in Baton Rouge, like Fleming's, Churchill's, like restaurant bars.
We did the Churchill's thing,
Yeah,
and
we
I
did.
really enjoyed it. We
and
did.
then you saw
I was
who at the
surprised.
bar. You saw some people at the bar.
I did, but I mean, we didn't exchange numbers or anything.
Yeah, she didn't exchange numbers, but it was good to actually see you engaging.
Yes, because I normally don't.
Yeah.
So that for me was getting out of my shell, because I'm like, oh my God, my hair gonna be smelling like smoke. And
She actually smoked the cigar,
I
which was
did, and I had a which was what? That was a learning experience. I learned how to smoke a cigar.
And one of the men flirted with her and actually
He
was
taught me
teaching her how to pull.
Yeah,
So pull is when you
pull a cigar.
yes, pull a cigar.
So I had fun doing. I did. I had fun. That was out of my element. So I think
Yeah.
maybe I'll try that more.
Yeah.
Going to different
Live music things.
yeah,
Because they was playing
places.
live music that night.
Yeah.
Because you got to realize too, you have to go places where individuals that you potentially like will be at. So like me, I don't like people my age or younger. So I'm going places where your 30s and up will be at because I want to be the youngest one.
But I need to maybe my listeners can help me comment and tell me
Right, drop
where
some
older men at.
Please do not say the River Room because we both went there. And we could literally count the people that were in there, and it was only 3, including us. So,
No, not the River Room,
yeah,
but
not the River
anywhere
Room.
else.
Any other recommendations?
Give me some recommendations on where I can go to, and I'm not going there purposely, like just to whatever.
But just interaction,
just
like
some adult interaction
Yeah.
from a male would be
Right.
nice.
Right.
So let me know if y'all have any ideas. Share them with me. So what are some of your dating hang-ups? Do you have any hang-ups when it comes to dating?
If, like I said, it would have to be like not being honest, not being forthcoming with information. If I have to figure something out and I find out, it's gonna be an issue. Like I said, I'm all about honesty and being transparent. Just like I said, I like having my options. Don't take that away from me. With regards to like hang-ups, let me see.
I think mine is even before you get to know a person. Like if you don't show some type of, and I don't want to say interest because men are show interest. I just feel like nowadays men are so lazy. Like, yes, like they lazy date. Like, oh, maybe we can go here one day, or maybe what's one day? What's maybe? What, like, take the maybes out, take the one day out. Like,
I feel
make
you on
some
that one.
concrete plans with me.
Yeah.
And if you don't, you lose my attention.
Yeah,
Like,
she likes plans
I
and
like
structure.
plans and
Yeah.
structure
And tell her.
and yes,
Yeah.
like, hey, are you busy Friday? I'd like to take you wherever.
Right.
Or next Saturday, I'm thinking about doing this.
Right.
Would you like to
Yeah, are you
come?
available? Yeah.
Tuesday, I'm going to have drinks. Would you like to join? That type of thing is attractive to me. If you maybe one day we can go have drinks. Well, maybe not.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Yeah, we don't like me.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
like maybes, and I don't like one days and
Yeah.
all of this. No, make some plans and be a man, and then invite me to it. Like. And if not, then you're probably going to lose my interest. So that's my dating hang up. And I think sometimes I may expect too much from men,
Yeah.
but maybe the right one, well, not maybe, the right one will do those things, because I can't take the lack of planning from men. Men are lazy.
Well, I disagree.
Some of them.
Some. But I think like with me, what I learned was what I like. And as I get older, I mature, I'm learning what's kind of like non-negotiables for me. So like, of course, having someone who believes in God. Like, it sounds so simple, but that's so not common. Even just regards to like, family. Do you want to have a family? What does that even look like? Do you like to travel? I love traveling. So if you don't like to travel, then that's already
it's a
a
deal breaker.
non-negotiable. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, that's not going to happen. Or, you don't like your family. That's the issue
Family's
for me.
big.
Because, I grew up, but it's a family. We're family oriented. So like holidays, birthdays, like when I leave here, where I'm going? To a birthday party.
For a child.
Yes. Oh, that was shady right there. But yeah, it's like those type of things. Like I realized those are like my non-negotiables.
I think my non-negotiables list has gotten so much longer.
But it should though.
Yeah.
Because you realize like, things that should have been non-negotiables early on, or like red flags that we just kind of overlooked because we thought they would get better. Because I know that was my downfall. I really thought that, he'll get better. And it was me. And then I took like ownership for where I messed up at, because I did mess up. But then it's like, okay, now I got to hold you accountable.
And then I think too, we had talked about that before. Like, you get used to one thing, like in a relationship, and then like, how do you not expect that same thing from the next person,
Right.
or holding the next person accountable for how your ex used to act or whatever.
Right.
And I think at first, when I first started dating, all I had to base it on was my marriage and how I was treated in that. And
Right.
so, 95.9% of the time I was treated really good.
Yeah, you
so
was.
Then I'm taking my spoiledness and all of these things that he did.
We call kept. You was kept.
I worked, so I don't want to say
Still
kept.
was kept though.
I was
That
kept.
mean,
No, I was spoiled.
I was kept.
Spoiled and kept you were kept. I wasn't kept. We were a team, and teamwork made our dream work. So yes, but taking the way he treated me as a person, and then expecting the next person to do that, and then I think once I started dating, and then I got into this quote unquote relationship, it kind of, I don't know, like I found it easier to date after my divorce than I'm finding it after this relationship breakup.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, that's crazy.
Fair, yeah.
Like, I was with, my husband for all of these years, and then we break up, and it was easier for me. Like, I'm ready. Like, after a year, I was ready.
Right.
And so then when I started dating, I feel like I kind of went into it, when I got into that relationship, I let someone in, and I gave myself, and I opened up, and that's not me.
Right.
Like, I was open. I was willing.
You was vulnerable.
I made myself vulnerable.
Yeah.
And that's not, I don't do that.
Right.
And I didn't have a wall up. I didn't have, at first I did, but he knocked it down, and I feel like
He was consistent.
and that was what was attractive. He was so consistent, and I found that so attractive. But then it was like, was he being consistent for
A purpose.
a purpose? And I feel like that was what it was. But now I feel like I'm even more guarded than when I started. And it's like, now I have all these hang-ups in my head, like, red flags that may not even be there. I'm thinking they're there, or maybe I don't know. Like
Well,
I'm overthinking everything now
you're a
because
big communicator.
yes,
So you need to use that as your strength when with regards to situations like this, because we both that's our passion. Like that's what we're good at. So if you're feeling an emotion instead of assuming what that is,
yeah,
we just communicate. Ask. You know me. I'd be like, so what? You had sex with somebody else? You know me. I ask very direct
Yeah.
questions. Or you did this. Does this mean this?
Yeah.
Like you walked away. Were you on the phone with somebody? You didn't. Like what's that?
but then it's not. I don't want to say trust issues. I'm just like
What's
I
not
don't
that?
trust anybody with me
Yeah.
now, and I don't want to open up and share all these things and
Right.
even me, I can be very catering to
Yeah.
whoever
You
I'm.
are, yeah.
I'm not.
She
That's
is a
not me.
wife.
But that's not me. And like
It's a
now,
wife.
I feel like now I don't have it in me,
You don't.
and that's sad. I feel like
Well, it's just now. Yeah.
I hope it comes back for whoever is.
Because when
come
did
back
that
for.
relationship end? Like how long has that been?
March?
Of this year? Oh, you got time.
Yeah.
Yeah. The reason why I was able to get over my relationship with my ex-fiance was because I knew that last time when we got back together, I gave my all. I was 100% committed, honest. Like I was, baby, I had my halo. Like I was on it. And so when it didn't work, yeah, it was a blow, but I can honestly say I gave my all, so I had no regrets, no hangups about it. So moving forward, the reason why I was able to date was because of that. The draining portion of it was just having to explain myself to all these new individuals and then it not working out. That was like, that's what drained me. Because I'm like, okay, now I have energy to, want to go date and stuff like that. But now it's like, God, I got to explain this to you. I got to tell you what I do, my profession. You tell me your profession, that's cute. But I don't care about that for real. Like, I want to fall for you.
Yeah.
Not what you do or what you can, in a sense, do for me. Just how you, in a sense, make me feel.
Yeah, and what you do.
Okay, so.
That's important. I don't know. But I just think I have some hang-ups, so maybe I shouldn't start to be dating right now.
No, I think you should. I think you should occupy your time. Because if you're not occupying your time with a person...
Well, I have other things that I occupy my time with. Like I have my kids, my work. Like I love what I do. We're doing some new things with work. And so that for me is rewarding. And I feel like anybody who comes along, I want them to be able to jump into that with me, help me with that, encourage me.
Right.
But I don't want to have to tell them like, hey, I like somebody who encourages. I want this just to come like naturally, authentically. Like, oh, he encourages me. Oh, he does this. Oh, he does that. And I don't know if I'm living in a fantasy land in my head, but I don't want to settle. And that's my fear is to settle again.
Sips tea.
Sips tea, yeah, because I feel like even though that relationship taught me a lot.
You did.
But I did what? I settled?
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't know. This relationship happened when I was in Houston. I didn't know, like, I was not present. If I would have been present in Baton Rouge.
It wouldn't have happened, you don't think?
No, indeed, no.
It would have still happened.
Period.
It would.
No. Sorry. Nope. Not going to happen. That wouldn't have happened.
I liked him a lot.
Because you snuck that one in on me.
I
so
did.
I still...
I was like, friend, I got a ring.
Yeah, I was like... Look, does not... Continue. Okay.
Yeah, but I liked him a lot. I did.
Okay, cool.
Moving on.
Yeah, please. Forward.
Okay. Fast forward.
Yes.
All right. So, Christy, if you listening from episode 1, best friend, I tried. I've gone on dates. I've done all these things that people have advised me to do, but I'm
still swiping. And I swipe when I travel.
No, you didn't, because you know what I did? Try to log on the app and see what
You know what? It did kick me out this morning because I was at the gym. Okay, so when I'm on a Stairmaster, that's typically when I'm swiping for her because it's like 30 minutes.
You can't swipe anymore. I downloaded the app.
That's why.
And I deleted myself from it.
You are shady, but it's okay. I got photos of you. Remember, majority of her best taken pictures?
They're in your phone.
They're in my phone because I take them.
Well, I've tried, and I feel like at this point, I'm going to kind of step away from the dating game scene and just let it come to, like, if it comes, then it'll come. Because it's this for real, honestly, this is draining to me. It really
Can I put
is.
you on a time frame?
Like what?
Like, I don't know, because I don't want us to be having this conversation, you 50 and still single.
Oh, no, sir.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. What's the time frame?
I can't give it one.
Can I follow back up with you?
You can.
Okay,
But
when?
for now,
December?
okay, Christmas.
Okay.
New Year.
Okay.
You can follow up with me. Because for now, I'm just going to kind of. But if someone approaches me and.
Like during Bayou Classic?
Probably not Bayou Classic. But if I'm somewhere and someone who I, whatever, would be attracted to would approach me and who I think has the qualities that I require.
So feel free.
I will go on a date.
Yes.
But I'm not going to be like Churchilling and all of that.
Yeah.
I'm over it already.
We still gotta go to Churchill's though.
We can. Me and you as a date. But I'm not going there looking for a date. I'm over it.
I get it.
It's tiring. It's mentally draining. It's just
it
too
is.
much.
Spiritually too.
It is.
Yeah, spiritually it can be.
So I'm gonna go back, continue reading my books, doing my work on me, my job, and just mommying it up and
Are you gonna start back working out again?
Ooh, I know.
So
my 40 to 40. Yes, I'll start back. India, I'm gonna be at boot camp Monday.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So
I'm holding you to that.
I will. That's what I'll work on because dating will be back burner.
Yeah.
Over.
And maybe like you'll see somebody at the gym or
maybe
grocery
someone
shopping
will
and you
see
doing
me.
your meal preps.
Maybe they'll see me.
Or y'all see each other.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah.
Y'all see each other.
Yes.
Like that.
It's Hallmark movie time, so maybe I have a Hallmark movie experience.
I'm too young. I don't know what that's about.
Ooh. Come on now. Hallmark is all the love movies, like Christmas time, and people see each other and they shopping, and then it's like, and they fall in love. That could happen. A Tyler Perry movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
So, what's one thing you're gonna try? Well,
let's go. Come on.
I would say make your dating life better, but in your relationship, what's one thing after this conversation you're gonna try to do to make your dating life better?
Continue to communicate. I think that's what. And I posted yesterday about it. We actually had our first disagreement
over those stupid pictures.
But that's because I'm coming. I gotta. You know how I am about decorating and stuff and schemes. And so we had a disagreement on it. Like, he wanted to paint it with brush. I'm like, no, take your hand and just throw it on there, make it abstract and walk away from it. And he wanted to be so calculated. I'm like,
that's what I would have done too.
Yeah, no.
Paintbrush calculated.
No. So, yeah, we had a disagreement, but we talked. One thing I will say is that we talked. We talked through it. We talked about it. And then as we hung it up in the living room, you'll see when you come, he was like, that'll make a talking piece because we can explain how that happened
I went through to get
and
to
what we went through, but also too, that's a reminder of ourselves. Like if we're going through something, to kind of remember like how we made it through that first time. So yeah.
Oh, how sweet.
So
okay, and I'm gonna take away from this. I'm gonna just chill with dating, and if someone asks me on a date, then I'll go. But
please feel free to DM me pertaining to her dates if you're intimidated by her, because I know she.
Why would somebody be intimidated with me?
You are. I told you this before. You are so strong. You know it's your facial expressions. Trust me. Like you are a strong, independent, beautiful.
Aw, how sweet.
Brown woman. And so I know that. Girl. Yeah. Like I know if someone who's not
doesn't
secure,
know me.
Yeah. And not just confident and secure in himself would be extremely intimidated by you until he gets to talk to you.
Yeah.
Now once he talks to you.
I don't mean to come across intimidating.
No, that's just you.
That's just me.
Yeah, life experiences
and Krista was saying
yourself.
Fix my face and all of these things. But I have to go back to, me with the fake smiling. That's not me.
Yeah, that's not us.
So
that's not us.
I'm just going back to what I know.
Right. And it's perfectly fine. So it's like, yeah.
He'll come.
He'll come and he'll push through that. And he's going to take that mask off.
He's going to push through.
Yeah, he's going to take that off and walk through.
Yeah, he's going to be ready.
Is that a song?
Yes.
Oh.
You young, I thought. So, but guys, I want to thank you so much for listening. Clay, thank you for
No
joining me for this
problem.
conversation, because we have these conversations all the time. So
We
I was like,
do.
hey, why not record it?
We really do.
But guys, please follow me on Instagram at Sipping Tea with Jody B. And if you have any ideas for upcoming shows or any advice for me when it comes to dating, you can email me at sippingteawithjodyb@gmail.com. Thanks again for listening, and talk to you guys soon.